Alright, starting up again. Okay, I think I skipped some of the annoying dumb parts. So basically this is a screencast that's going to go over me creating your website. I'm using Flask. Flask is a super lightweight framework for creating websites using Python, which is a super easy language to learn. So you could theoretically take this website and do what you want with it. It's very easy to set up pages and routes and whatever. I'm assuming you know HTML markup or whatever, like some basic stuff. Um, so you would really need, that would be the majority of what you'd be doing if you're trying to add more stuff to your website. I don't know what else that you'd be adding. I also have no real idea with what I'm going to do right now, but I'm just going to set up the basic framework and stuff right now. So it's being hosted on Heroku. Heroku's fantastic. It's free. This should be hidden. I don't know why you're still there. All right. So yeah, Heroku's free. I've gone through the basics of setting it up. We're going to use Git. Git is a version control system. So basically, you can make changes and not like override stuff and like roll back and have versions and stuff like that. It's not really important in this case. It's more useful in that it allows us to push to maintain separate code bases. So I can have the website I'm currently working on, and then I can have the version that's hosted live. Alright, so to start, I actually bought your name on the internet, and there it is. And it's going to redirect me and say, you've registered your domain. So I own your name on the internet. It's mine now. It's mine. And that's where we're going to be putting this website. So I went through the nitty-gritty details a little bit here, but the fun part is we have this code here. That's not the code. We have a hello.py. I have it hosted locally. This is localhost 5000, you can see here. And hello world, welcome to this website. There's no HTML here. This is literally just like text. And it's running locally, so it's not that interesting. But what I can do here is git push Heroku master. And what this is saying is I'm going to push to the branch on Heroku, the code base there. You can see it running stuff, Python app detected, no runtime.txt provided, blah, blah, blah. All this like server stuff. And then what we're going to end up with is I have this app set up on Heroku here. You see Emily Myas is the name. GitHub repo emilymyas.herokuapp.com. It's going to say something like, this hasn't been set up yet. Welcome to your new app. So, and actually, okay. I should be doing stuff. Successfully installed Flask. Cleaning up. So this is the exciting part. Stuff's happening, quote unquote. I can't actually have that on that, so that's really dumb. I'm doing a really ghetto screencast. I'm literally using multiple windows of QuickTime to do stuff. Didn't want to spend any money. I'm a cheap boy. So now if we refresh this page, oh my god, look. Now you're literally on the internet already. Actually, I wonder if I can do this, www.emilymyas.com. Now this shouldn't do anything. That's not going to do anything. Actually, I can do this. You can watch me do this. Because I'm going to have to give you this stuff. Whoa. I don't... Is that my number? What the fuck is that number? Oh. Obviously, I forgot the password. Ooh. Hey. Enter the domain name you'd like to activate. What? Yes. Go. Add email. No. No. I don't want to. What does activate even mean? I don't like this. I think they're like putting me through like the retard process. Whoa, who is she? What is that face? Awful. Domains. Yep. Launch. I don't want to launch it. I literally just want you to redirect. Launch. There we go. Okay. Name servers forwarding. You are not forwarding this domain. Oh, I'm gonna be forwarding it. I'm not expecting this to actually take effect this soon. It's probably going to take like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, alright. We'll come back to that. But this is where you're at right now. EmilyMyas.herokuapp.com. We have a shell, a husk of a website, not a full website at all. This is talking about scaling. I don't care about this. Another thing we're going to do is we're actually going to create a new repository for this. So Heroku's running in like a repo of, it's hosting this repo, or this repo, however you want to look at it in terms of files or code running stuffs. Repository name, EmilyMyas.com. Can I have a .com in there? I can. Private? I don't think it really matters. You don't have any private information. It's a public website. Alright, so now we got a repo here. Blah, blah, blah. All I need to do is copy that code exactly. And then git push. I don't know what U means. And there it is. We refresh this page. Voila, there's your website. We got the hello.py. This is all viewable. I could link you to this. You can push this code. This is really good for sharing code and working on code and maintaining version control and stuff like that. You can post issues and stuff. I'm sure you're not going to be interested in any of this. I think what you're interested in is actually getting some stuff going on here. So the first thing we're going to do is, so this file right here is our server. Hello.py is our server, legit. I'm just going to copy some code here. I want to, we'll give you a favicon, because that's always exciting to have a favicon. And then I need this so that we can actually run it locally without it being a pain in the ass. So here, let me explain what's going on here. So this is our server. This is like the code for what this is. I actually don't like the ordering of these screens. Okay, so this is your website, right? And it's just some text. But, you know, how does the text get there? Like, what is this website, right? So the website is just an address, and the address routes to an instance of a server, a program running on Heroku's servers somewhere in the ether, aka California, probably. So that server takes a request. You know, I type this in, my browser sends a request to the server, and it has to send something as a response. So you can see here, return hello world, welcome to Emily's website. You can see that that's obviously where we're getting routed to. It's because we have no, I'm not saying like / like, hey. If you do that, it's not found. Now, of course, we could go ahead and change this and add a route for hey. with the route, with the words, hey there, this is a route now. Actually, I'm just gonna do this like I always do it, instead of trying to be funky and weird and new. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna clear the screen so you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm listening to files. I'm typing Python hello.py, and what that's doing is it's telling Python to run that file. And so now you see running on 127.0.0.1, which is localhost. Also, we shouldn't be looking at this one. We should be looking at the localhost one. Localhost. Now, if I go to hey there, this is a route now. So we actually just straight up just added a new, essentially a new web page, a new route. So you could do this on your own. That's not that interesting though, because obviously your website's not just going to be a really long line of text. That would be entirely useless, really dumb actually. But let's do something else now. So we set up a route for hey. Let's set up a route for this favicon. So I've already declared the route, and then I say app.send static file favicon.ico or icon or whatever, which doesn't exist. So what that's saying is just look for a file. I'm working out of this directory over in here. Let's go to the directory. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, this is your directory, right? So it's looking for a file favicon.ico, and there is no file of that name. So what I'm going to have to do is give it a file for that, and there is a specific type of file for that. It's usually something like 120 by 120 pixels or something like that. Which one do you want? You want a little man with a mustache? Let's do that. Even though it's human, it's probably like a trademarked image. Alright, we're not going to do that then, actually. I'm going to give you Christian Bale from American Psycho. Because, come on. It's a great favicon. That's actually arguably more trademarked. I don't know. It's on its face. Alright. And now, if we... Is the server refreshing? The server won't refresh. Maybe that's why. Oh, you know what? It's actually looking for it in a folder called static. I'm not going to explain why that is. Just, it's magic. Let's just leave it at it's magic. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay. There he is. He changed. Oh my god, look at that beautiful pixelated face. Look at that handsome boy. Alright. So, again, same thing. Set up a route. This is a little more magic-y app.send static file. You don't need to worry about that. All you need to know is that if you do want to change that little image that shows up on the browser, which is called a favicon, I'm sure you just learned that now, you can put not any file, an image in here, specifically one of the format. You'll just go to favicon.cc, and you can put any image in here, any image. I'm not gonna show you, but you can literally import an image, and then it'll spit it out in this like pixelated format, so that it's the right size, and that the browser will actually render it. Because if you put a random image in there, the browser will just say fuck off and ignore it. Alright, what time are we at right now? That's what I want to know. Rocking 14 minutes. Alright. Let's speed this up and do something cool. Alright. Mind you, I work a lot faster when I'm not talking to myself consistently. Alright, I don't know what I want to do for your freaking initial website. Okay, so we're going to set up an actual route. So instead of like that stupid hello world, we're actually going to return a template. And what a template is obviously it's your actual HTML. So it's like, you have there we go. That's your website currently, right? So I can actually look at that font. Wow, that's wonderful. Alright. So what I can actually do now is figure out what the hell I'm doing. Give me a sec here. My computer doesn't like me, probably because I'm recording like 3 videos. I'm actually recording myself in the corner. Not helpful. I don't need to be here. I'm going away now. See you later. Don't keep. Get out. Alright, sweet. Scroll static templates. They're served from templates. Alright, so we make a templates folder. Blah blah blah. That should show up in here. Yep, you see templates over there. I'm going to create a new file called home.html. I'm going to put it in the templates folder. Hey there, this is some body text. Whoa, a header. Alright, and now if we go to our home, I am not on the home, I am on hey. Name error, global name render template is not found. Okay, we got our first bug. Nice, dog. What we need to do is, it's throwing an error because I didn't actually import. I called a function that's not in the scope currently. So I just pulled render for template, so now we can actually call this function. You might not need to worry about that because I'll probably just include that in the code and you can just change HTML. So now we have this hey there, hey then, this is some body text below header, and actually I can do Divi. Maybe it's probably better if I don't keep switching the screen constantly, because yeah. Hey mate, there you go. Oh, wow, that's laggy. Honestly, should be using like a widescreen. Would you look at that? Alright, so now I can actually just change this and be like, whoa, a smaller header. And look at that, it's changed. So that's, you know, that's the magic of the internet. Great. Here's some magic. I just copied and pasted the HTML for your website. Now I'm going to save it, and now I'm going to refresh this, and now this is totally broken because you have a CSS file here. Wunderbar. So that's not showing up, obviously, because you had your CSS file being hosted on the website. I'm sure you know how that works. I don't know what server they're using, Apache or something like that to serve it. But I'm going to style sheets, static style sheets. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to actually start throwing this stuff in here. I'm going to make a style sheets folder. And then I'm going to create a new file. Oh. Main.css. Let's call it, yeah, I guess we'll call it main.css, that's fine. I'd rather call it home. I'm going to call it home.css. We're not going to call it main.css. Oh my god, no. No! Oh, my life! Alright. Freaking out. Just gotta save this. I'm sure you're following what I'm doing. And now, that still won't work because this needs to say static style sheets. The internet is magic. Okay. Failed to load static style sheets main.css. That is probably because I'm not actually serving the static files. No, it's because I put a / here. No, it's because I forgot to rename it to home. Alright. So we have your website. We have a husk of your website. Alright, I figured your website wouldn't be responsive. That's fine. Okay. We also don't have images because you're locally hosting them, but we can just hack that by copying the URLs for these images, which is kind of funny. What do you, is this InfoPic? InfoPic. That doesn't make sense. One picture down. Alright, let's get the other one. Wait, that's a picture? Whoa, dude, you blew my mind. I thought you like did this with HTML. Header JPEG, what's up? So this is usually a bad idea to do, like to just link to stuff like this, but I'm okay with it. It's a bad idea because if for some reason the website you're linking it to goes down, and I'm sure this is incredibly relevant in your use case because part of the reason why I'm doing this is because I think you mentioned something like that you won't be able to have this portal after a while. So, hey, it looks exactly the same. So, you know, if the pictures are gone, so obviously, actually, yeah, I'm just not going to be an idiot about this, okay? What we're going to do is similar to how you had them on some sort of local directory on their website. I'm going to save them to a static images folder. And then similarly, I'm going to save this one. And then now we can actually change the links to, instead of being like this, where we have the full link, we're just going to do it like you had it, with some sort of relative link. And this should still work. Yeah, we're good. Okay, great. Now the next step is we want to push this to the internet. So to do that, we go into your folder, we do get status. I just want to see what's going on. Get status. I can actually read that on its own. See, it says here we've modified hello.py. That's very true. We've also added a static file and a static folder with some files and a static folder, a templates folder with some files. Man, I'm tired. Whoa, I made coffee. I'll be right back. That is getting to be a little bit cold. That's awful. Wow. I really should have got that right when I was ready. Ooh, that's great. Alright. And actually we have these .ds store files, which we're going to get rid of. So this is a little lesson in Git. Git, you know, it detects all the files. You know, it keeps track of everything you add. Obviously, it's not just like it doesn't just like magically keep track of like what your website does. It just keeps track of all the files. That's all Git is. So it'll add any file, and Mac has these freaking files called .ds underscore store files, and we want to ignore those because those files suck. and see how it doesn't show up anymore, which is cool. Instantly, we don't see the DS store file, so it used to be here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add all those files, and now it says we modified a bunch of things, we added a ton of files, and then we're going to do git commit. Let's see, copied Emily's home at UMass. And then we're going to get push origin master, and what that's going to do is it's going to push the origin. Origin is a name for the GitHub I set up. So now if we refresh this page, it's going to flood with all the files we just added. So now we can actually go in here, and now that lovely picture of you will be here on the internets. I like the transparent like cut off here. It's very artsy. What is that? What is that? A rhombus? I'm sorry. I'm not being condescending. I do actually like it. It's funny. Right, okay, yeah, so we pushed to GitHub, which doesn't mean anything for us on... Wow, you have a lot of things here. I guess I'll just copy and paste all of this. I guess this will be this video is me just ripping off your stuff, but I think I'm going to try to create some new content for it, because then it'll be more of a creative effort on my part instead of just a monkey could fucking do this job effort. Right, so if we go to emilymyas.com, is this updated? Nope. That's great. If we go to Emily Myas Heroku app, obviously this isn't updated because all we updated was origin. We see push origin master. But if we do git push Heroku master, actually let's clear the screen first. We can watch as it updates the live site. How many days we got till your birthday? 5? Alright. We're making good time. How many minutes am I at? Okay, almost 30 minutes. I could probably do this in like 15 minutes, honestly, if I wasn't talking and tired and confusing myself and probably confusing you more than anything. I'm sure you're not even going to watch the full thing. You'll probably skip through and say, fuck this. But, I also want to just get in the habit of starting to screencast. Okay, so Python app detected, same mumbo jumbo. We can see it pushed is basically the important thing, is that we can see the reference for the commit is now on the master and Heroku. So if we update this page, it takes a while because Heroku, when it's free, Heroku can be kind of slow, but it's free, so fuck it. Oh, actually, you know what? It's totally broken. It's totally broken. Watch Heroku logs. This is a really simple thing. Yeah, error, connection retrying, application error. It's broken because if we look at our code here, we have app.run. This is local only. And I kind of hate this a little bit. Actually, let me see. One start. Unicorn not found. Am I? Okay, that's fine. Then source. No, source then. Oh, then bin activate. Performance start. Yeah, this is actually way better. Well, it's not way better, but yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that because it's not as fun. Okay, well, long story short, the reason why it broke is because I didn't comment out that one line. This guy, this app.run. When you do that, Heroku runs the code and then like it essentially runs it twice, which breaks it because Heroku's already expecting to have to run this code itself in whatever determined way they do it. So now we actually have to do it. And git commit, commented out, run, git push Heroku master. This process is certainly the most fun, just waiting, because, you know, we're interacting with a website that's often space. Okay. So one fun thing we can notice here is that these links are, see how at the bottom here, I would point to it, but it goes away. At the bottom above that line, it says localhost / resume, resume.html, and then writing.html, which is a that's interesting. I'm just confused because you have the URL and then you also have the file, when you could theoretically just do the file. I would understand it if you had more files, like if there was resume and then resume.html and then like resume2.html, so then you would have two things grouped under resume. Again, this is me just being a stickler of, like, you know, I'm a web developer, so I see these things differently. But the important part is there's nothing there. Why is there nothing there? Because as we go back to our previous lesson, we haven't defined a route for resume. We haven't defined a route for, what are your other routes? Writing, too long for the browser, web design, and contact. So the next thing we're going to do is, well, first we're going to get rid of hey, because hey we're not using at all, right? And hello we're actually going to name to home, because really when you're programming, your content should be descriptive. So when I mean that kind of makes sense on its own. When I look at the function home, I should understand, oh, this is the home route. You know what I mean? When you call it hello or something like that, I don't know what that is. I don't know what hello is. But when I see home, you know, it's a pretty descriptive thing. So same thing. Let's just do def resume. Well, first, you know what? I'm actually just going to go ahead and copy and paste this. Resume. Oh, loaded. So we got resume, writing, web design, and contacts. Should have done this entire thing in a British accent. I think it would have added an element of flair, notably lacking. Alright, if we refresh this, hey look, your website's online, and it's not at this. Let's see if your actual thing is up. Nope, it is still not up. That's great. I'm sure in 5 days' time it'll be good though. Alright. I haven't changed any of these. So I'm setting up the frameworks for the routes. I think you can understand what I'm doing. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just mirroring the content on your website. I'm creating a route for each of these. What I'm saying is you're going to have a route called resume. It's going to route to a template called resume.html, and so on and so forth for writing, web design, and contact. Now, actually, these should be, no, these won't be updated. I have to run the server again. What's it called? Hello? Whoa, I goofed. Gotta change these two. It threw an error saying you can't, we have two functions mapping to the same place. Sorry, you goofed up. It's true, I goofed up. One of the cool things is if you're actually running this locally, you can, you know, watch the server say, hey, there's a request for this URL, the base URL. As a result, I have to request static style sheets, I have to request that header image that you have, and then I have to request that image of you. I always think that's cool, even though I've been doing it forever. So now we're going to go to resume. And it's going to say a whole bunch of stuff with the debugger, and we're getting a template not found exception. That's pretty straightforward. All you saw me do was set up a route to resume.html, but it doesn't actually exist right now. So I'm going to close all these tabs because we don't need them. And then we're going to make a resume.html file. Hey, this is a resume. And there it is. So we got your resume. Now we're going to literally do the same exact thing. Again, I know this is not interesting. And again, it's totally broken. Okay, actually no, it totally makes sense that you're using main.css because it's used in multiple places. So hey, I apologize. We are going to use main.css, and I'm going to rename that file to main.css. And actually, this doesn't need to do that. What we need is, moved up there. Static, again, static style sheets is where we want to be linked on here. So now we got the CSS, we don't have the images. You apparently have the same header. Okay, so we just do static images. We got your image. Okay, I don't think you, so that page is already done. And we're just going to go through and do the rest of these. And by we, I mean me, because I'm doing everything for you. You're working me like a slave, and I resent it. This is a horrible, horrible experience. Also, can I view the page source? Shit. Alright. Again, same thing. Let's create a new file, blah, dump the code. This one's called webdesign.html. And we already have our route. We can go to web design. Look at that. Look at that wonderful styling. Again, just adding our links back together. I'm sure, yeah, you have the header again. I could actually probably do this with a regular expression, some sort of search to replace everything, but I'm a lazy boy. This boy is real lazy. Oh my god, what's going on, dude? Static images. Bam, one shot. Perfect. Okay, and actually, see, this is actually something we could improve about this using Flask. I'll get to this later, but you can essentially take this out and have it in one place so that your HTML is not repeating itself. So what we can actually do is, and I might actually do this for you right now. You know, let's do everything first, and then I can explain why this, not why the design sucks, but why, how there are better ways to solve what you've done. But yeah, these links are totally broken, obviously. I'm not going to change them now because I'll change them another way. What's the last thing we need to do? Contact. It's going to throw that error again. I'm going to go to your contact page. I'm going to view the page source. Actually, it's very possible you did have a framework for this, huh? Are you using anything for this? No? I wonder. Or if you did actually just copy and paste and then, you know, put the content differently. I don't know. You could tell me if you are here. Okay, contact.html. Fun Deba, that's the wrong one. Wonderful. Okay, great. So we got home. It's not called home. Alright, so your website is pretty much good to go. So, for now, you know. I mean, obviously the links are broken, so I mean, I would fix that theoretically. The wonderful thing about Flask too is that you're not linking to like HTML documents. you're actually routing to a route. You know, you're routing to something descriptive. You know, I want to go to Emily Mias's so let's say this was live. Actually, let's just make it live. Git add, git commit, added rest of pages, git commit. I just did that git push origin master, and then actually I'm gonna freaking comment that out and git add, git commit, commented outrun command, git rebase head tilde 2 dash I. You don't need to know what I'm git style. Git rm static style sheets home dot css git commit removed style sheet. You don't need to know what I'm doing here. Nope, 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 get out, nope. Basically what I just did there was I made some mistakes, so I had to add some extra commits, and I was just getting rid of them so that they wouldn't show up on the record. It's basically just cleaning it up for my sake, so that this isn't, because what you'll end up seeing on here is on the Git repo, is you can see all the changes you've ever made. So initialize, copied Emily's home and UMass, added the rest of the pages, and you can actually see at each step what I've done. So I've added a bunch of routes here, I've added a CSS file, some HTML documents, so on and so forth. But since I made a mistake, I would have added like 3 commits instead of 1, and so this page becomes cluttered. You know, if I go and look at something like the code for my job, actually, I mean, if we just go and look at the commits, there's 2,600. So, you know, this is me. The weird blue-red thing is me. I like it because it's obnoxious. So anyway, repositories, let's go back to you. There you go, emily.com. Alright, how's the code going? I imagine it restarted, so let's just go ahead and restart this. Okay, and now, so what I was saying before is that now I can actually just go, you know, like I'm at Emily Mias's page, I want to look at a resume, so you just go /resume. I don't have to go /resume/resume.html, you know what I mean? Or like if I want to go to your home page, I don't have to go index.html, I just go to the website, and here I am. Now obviously these links are broken, but that's fine. Actually, theoretically, all you have to do is remove those HTML things. Wait, what? Did I forget to do writing? Load. Them's is the bugs. I did not create writing.html. Hey, I blew it. I'm sorry. Wait, didn't I? Oh. If you're watching, you probably know what I did wrong, but since I'm the one doing this, I don't. So, what's going on with this? Professional writing, that looks like your resume. A writer's guide to Microsoft. Oh, so I made your web design one. Oh, okay, yep. So, you know what I did wrong. What I did was I just... Actually, let's make this easier on myself. And then we call this writing.html. And then we make this static images, and now we will actually have your writing web page. JK, it's not starting because I don't have this run command. I commented at the run command. It's something that if you actually, take over this and start working on it, I do it a lot. I constantly am forgetting to do it. So then you actually need to restart the server by doing python horror.py, which is the command to run it. So now we actually have that writing page. Alright, I'm going to pause for now because I got to go to the bathroom, maybe eat something, and then we'll get back to this. This is almost at a gig. Wow.